a person who just had a full dinner doesn't really care about what they're going to have for breakfast tomorrow. A non-smoker doesn't care how much a pack of cigarettes is on a great amount of sale. A pack of cigarettes for $2. Great deal for a smoker, but to someone who doesn't smoke, it doesn't really mean anything. As such, we tend to care about things, we tend to linger about things if we care about them. This sounds really obvious, but when we feel something, when we feel bad, when we feel lacking, it's all related to our perceived sense of deficiency. So for example, an already popular person is not really going to care about other people's opinions around they don't like you. Well, that's okay. If that one person doesn't like me, I have tons of other people who like me. So because they're not really yearning and striving for everyone's love and everyone's attention, one or two people or maybe five people not liking them, it's kind of a non-problem. Why? Because they're kind of sure of themselves, right? But take another person who is not so sure of themselves and tell them, hey, I heard those other people talking about you and they don't like you. Now, oh my God, but I need to be liked. And that need and that perceived lack in popularity or, acceptance, that's what leads you to kind of feel these things, right? So whenever you feel heavy, whenever you feel sticky, it's always has to do with some kind of a perceived lack that you have in your life. Now, it's important to think about these things. Why do I see a perceived lack? Now, I'm just telling you this as a person, right? I can tell you it's important to care about your perceived lacks or your deficiency. And in general, you can see how that's generally good advice. But I don't think a lot of people actually tell you why it's important to think about and reflect upon your perceived deficiencies. Why is it important to think about these things? It's because, let's think about this. If I think I am unattractive, if I think that I am socially awkward and, I'm just a, mess of a human being, when there's a chance to come across a good friendship, am I likely to take that chance or am I likely to preclude that I'm not gonna get it? If I have imposter syndrome performing at my job, when a chance for a promotion comes in, I already feel really bad about my, perceived lack of skills. The promotion chance, am I more likely to strive for it? Am I really going to be the one who's really working to earn it in earnesty without furthering my imposter syndrome? No. Our perceived lack prevents certain pathways from our lives. And what does that end up doing to our lives? Let's consider the alternative to kind of think about this. We sometimes see people who aren't really good, but they keep getting chances. We see people who really shouldn't deserve those opportunities that they get, but they do. So, what do we call those people? We call those people lucky, right? And if a person is well off, and because of their parents, we all again call them lucky because they had nothing to do with it. So, lucky people equates to opportunity, people with opportunity. Now, regardless of the circumstance you find yourself in, regardless of how much of resources you have or don't have, if you can keep giving yourself opportunities, you're turning yourself into a lucky person. And when you're a lucky person, and you keep taking those opportunities, what's likely to happen? Some chances are going to, amount to something. Then you become a lucky person with some results. So, just by preventing yourself from avoiding certain pathways in life because of your perceived lack or your perceived deficiency, you turn yourself into a lucky person. And you turn yourself into a person who lives a good life. And it's all coming from this really simple perspective that you have in your life. I'm lacking something. Two, I don't lack anything, so I'm gonna keep taking opportunities as they come.